Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of LJ Law, Family Law TV. I am Bonnie Leonardo, your host. Today's topic is, what is a prenuptial agreement and do I need one? Simply put, a prenuptial agreement, or prenup as it is generally called, is a contract signed by two people prior to getting married. A prenuptial agreement specifies how the couple will likely divide their property, how they would like to handle their property, and also addresses alimony if the couple wishes to put that into their agreement as well. And this is done in contemplation of a possible divorce or a possible death. As you may know, Nevada is a community property state, and so if a couple marries, any property that they obtain, any debts that they obtain while they are married, will be most likely equally divided once a divorce and if a divorce occurs. So in order to avoid that, a prenuptial agreement is a good idea. Do you need a prenuptial agreement? Normally, I would say it is not a mandatory thing and it's not a necessary thing, but I think that you should consider a prenuptial agreement if this is your second marriage for either one of you, if there are children from a previous marriage, if one or both of you own a business, if one of or both of you are expecting some sort of property to be deeded to you, or some hereditary some inheritance from your family, if you guys have assets that you had prior to getting married. All these are reasons for you to consider a prenuptial agreement. The prenuptial agreement will serve to grant your wishes as it pertains to your property division, and it avoids complicated litigation later on. It avoids costly attorney fees and court fees. So I think it's a good idea if you have any of those situations that I mentioned, that you contemplate a prenuptial agreement. There are things that you should keep in mind when you are drafting or thinking about a prenuptial agreement. A prenuptial agreement cannot contain any agreements that pertain to child custody or child support. Both the parties must voluntarily sign the agreement. There should be no coercion, no duress, no fraud in the agreement. And also, the agreement should be fair and not so blatantly one-sided for one party and the other. And also, it is a good idea for you to do your agreement and sign the agreement plenty of time before the wedding to avoid any impropriety, any suggestion that this was done last minute and one of the parties didn't have time to get independent counsel to look it over, or one of the parties was pressured into signing it in the last minute. And so it's a good idea to give yourselves time before the marriage to draft it and to sign it. Remember that the courts really closely scrutinize prenuptial agreements, and so take the precautions that are necessary to avoid the court not upholding the agreement later on. And I strongly suggest that you consult with an attorney before doing a prenuptial agreement, as there's so many things that can be omitted, so many things that could be worded incorrectly in your agreement, and I'd hate for you to draft your agreement, sign it, and feel comfortable that everything is correct, and then later on when and if you need it, something was done incorrectly, and therefore the agreement will not be upheld. So discuss with an attorney prior to signing it and drafting it, okay? I hope this helps to clarify and explain a little bit about what a prenuptial agreement is and whether or not you should consider having one before you get married. And as always, if you have questions about this topic or any other topic, go to vegasdivorcemeeting.com, set up an appointment with me where I can sit down with you and discuss your situation at length and help you make the decisions that are going to be best for your situation. And always thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.